give me a chance to ask a question. I
wish. I wish every day could be painless.
So is that what the guy said?
Mm-hmm.
Out of my head. I'm painless.
Cause I'm painless.
Painless as a man can be. All right. Let's look at the rest of the day. Got that.
Wish I knew. I wish I knew. Oh, Alicia. All live spots will show up in red today. That will be taken care of and should be back to purple on Wednesday. So, how do we know if it's recorded or not? Do we know?
Wait, you're right. They're all 5 digits now.
Wish I knew you when I was young. I wish I could see. I get the same thing in my eyes. Poor Mace.
No, look, I was looking at the audio service and you go, I wish I could see. And I looked over, I was like, there's nothing up there. How long did she have that?
It all went. Oh, I guess I didn't tell you. It all but went away on Saturday, and then she woke up Sunday with it on the top of her eyelid. I mean, so we were back. We were at the doctor yesterday.
Jesus.
1 week later, with now oral medication and eye medication. Poor girl. The whole fall break was awesome. Started at the Le Bonheur and ended at it. I love life. Oh. Okay, that one says endorsements. Do they all say endorsements? That one says live. I cannot see. This is going to be an awesome day. I want to get on some Zooms. Where are we? Okay.
It's Danny in the Jar on 98.1 The Max.
The Tigers beat Central Florida for the first time in 30 years on Saturday, and the Kentucky Wildcats beat the Tennessee Volunteers for the first time in ages also. Well, a Tennessee Vols fan was so upset his team got blown out by the Kentucky Wildcats in football on Saturday, he threw a beer bottle through his window, and here's what happened.
I've been watching Tennessee football for 30 years, and I did something today that I've never done. I messed up, threw a beer bottle through my window, and my wife left me. I had 2 beers. I wasn't even drunk. I can't stand to watch this team anymore. I can't do it. My blood pressure's up. So I apologized to her and told her, honey, Tennessee football done this. I didn't do it. My wife just looked at me and grabbed some stuff, said she's going to her mom's for a few weeks.
She must have been waiting on something because it's not that bad.
What?
Throwing a beer bottle through a window? I mean, he didn't throw it at her.
Well, unless he broke it.
Well, I'm sure he broke it.
But at the end of the day, it is just a game. I remember the Memphis, Kansas finals in San Antonio. I watched it with about a dozen people in a house. And I remember our late friend, Brian Muff Thompson. He was always an upbeat, jovial guy. I had never seen him more upset in my life after that game. Just slamming doors and leaving, not saying goodbye to anybody. At the end of the day, it's just a game.
Yeah, it depends on I know that there's a lot of Tennessee fans that were upset about this last Saturday. A lot of people just saying they didn't even show up. I've been very angry at I'm more of a crier though. I mean, when Nick Saban asked for one more second against Auburn, that was really rough. I mean, nobody talked to anybody. We got the heck out of that house.
Ooh, I bet.
So, I don't know. And I think it's also your mood, what you've drank.
Yes, I had to.
I say that I don't really get into the games because I usually just don't watch them. I'm busy doing something else. But if I am watching them, it's a whole nother ball game, as they say.
I even told our general manager, who's a big Vol fan, that they looked really good in the beginning, and now they've only scored 1 touchdown in 6 quarters. I don't know. But it is just a game.
It is just a game, but I think that wife probably was just waiting. Waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was the final straw and a good excuse to say, I'm out.
Right. Yes, exactly. She was ready to do it anyway.
And now, because if the Carpenter did that, I would call him a bunch of horrible names, but at the end of the day, I probably would laugh at him because he would feel like an idiot when he woke up.
Yeah. And, well, to some people, it's not just a game. All 30 NBA teams suffered financially from the shutdown. The figures show the league lost $694 million from the cancellation of 258 regular games. The Lakers missed out on revenue from 10 home games at $52.7 million. I want to know what they make on the road also, because you look at a Lakers game anywhere, it's the prices on the ticket stubs are just doubled. And teams losing the least tended to be in smaller markets, led by your Memphis Grizzlies at $10.4 million. So,
yay, you did it.
I'm sorry. Come on, man. Oh, dadgummit. Now the mood's gone.
I know, right?
Coming up, this is odd. Burning ballot boxes and why people have been fired at a local polling site. That's coming up next.
The workforce rocks here. That's right. If you're looking for a new job, 98.1 The Max is hosting a virtual job fair and looking for qualified candidates.
You ready for SWA?
Yeah.
Damn it. Our first time to do it, and that button wouldn't go.
OpEx, it's painless. Painless.
Because I'm painless. Diddle-dee. Never known how to be. All right, here we go.
Also popular to get onto southbound 240 to try to get to this vehicle. So traffic is already backing up close to Walden Road. But Whitney Hayes.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus Bulbs.
At Batteries Plus, we do more than fix phones. We help our neighbors power their lives. Visit Batteries Plus in store, curbside, and online. Fast, reliable phone cabinet. More at batteriesplus.com.
SY Wilson, the official outfitters of Danny and the Jar, where they've got something for everyone on your list, and especially if you are on that list. I will have to say that is my downfall when I go to SY Wilson. I go there for someone else, and I walk out with more for myself. One for you, two for me.
Yep.
One for you, two for me. They really have the most unique gifts and new women's boutique, all new Yeti coolers with those limited edition colors that everybody wants. Flag and Anthem, new Element, new Duck Head, and don't forget to pick up your Oh Great meal on the way out. They're delicious. It was a chicken pot pie. I think I bought that a big, like 12-inch thing for my family, and I ate it all.
None for you, 3 for me. Plus, they have new Yeti colors, limited edition colors of a great hat wall, of all the fishing tackle that you could desire. New kayaks coming in this month. New canoe from Hobie and Jackson also coming soon. And lots of candles, jams, jellies, and jewelry for your Christmas shopping. At S.Y. Wilson, 120 Walker Street in the heart of Arlington by the Depot. It's S.Y. Wilson. They put from the trail to the cocktail.
Getting prices that are
Low, low.
food that's
Oh, we don't record our lives. I'm over it.
Coming up, burning ballot boxes and why people have been fired at local polling sites. That's next with Danny in the Jar.
Oh, beautiful world. Ron, good morning. How are you today? Hello, Ian. We're going to play Megadeth, followed by Tool, then Steel Panther. Break. Da, 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 da. Spicy. Oh, do, 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 do. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest promos. Jesus. Sending soaring up where the air. What is? Oh, my contacts. Nothing more annoying than not being able to see.
I bet. I got soap in my eyes today, and I was like, oh my God. But yours is 10 times worse.
I just can't figure out what's wrong with. Probably fell out. I don't even know it. That's why I can't see. Encended sun. Starving.
At first, I thought that was mine. I was just about to say, I'm starving. I left my iced tea in the kitchen. And I was like, was that my stomach or hers? Or is it the train tracks? I can't tell. Is it Danny's stomach growling or the train?
Encended.
All right, let's get on the rain, same track here. You want me to play ballot boxes after that whole yellow sentence?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll just go out after Jamie Johnson. Oh, I cannot believe that next story.
Bob and Tom this morning were talking about how it doesn't say it in mine, but they said he was on the phone with somebody doing it.
What I read last night was on a Zoom call.
No, but he was stepped away from, like, you know, like he was behind me. He was away from the camera, but it was on. But like, my favorite part, I apologize to my wife. I bet you do.
My kids.
I bet you do, some bitch. Because, you know, he wrote The People versus OJ. It was based off his book. It's called The Run of His Life. People versus OJ.
Okay, so yeah, I would tease that and then say Jamie, and then talk about Jamie, and then close out with Jamie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I've got it in the regular slot just in case. We have an 11:30 meeting, right?
That sounds like a weird time.
And because y'all's first Zoom call goes on forever, I'm assuming.
11:45.
All right, here we go.
You're listening to Danny in the Jar.
On 98.1 The Max.
Well, some guy who hates democracy dropped a burning newspaper in a ballot box near Los Angeles.
I love the way you started.
He may have compromised dozens of votes because it's not clear how many of the ballots are still countable. A reporter talked to the mayor of Baldwin Park where it happened, along with an 80-year-old voter who said he dropped his ballot in the same box just a few weeks ago.
It makes me very mad. I never seen it my whole life. I'm 80 years old. I've been voting since I was 19. I never seen something like this.
Americans are frustrated throughout the country, and this incident that occurred does send a very bad message, as it is the frustration with the voting process, and this occurs.
I don't see this going very well at all. I don't care what side you're on. It's not going to go well at all.
I've been voting for quite a while, at least 20 years now, and I don't remember ever dropping a ballot in a box. I got to just say that.
Ever. Or in the mail. Or in the mail.
I hand a card over. Now, early voting poll workers at Dave Wells Community Center in North Memphis, one was fired last week for turning away voters wearing Black Lives Matter t-shirts and face masks. Another apparently quit, according to the election officials who confirmed the incident yesterday, but would not identify either of the individuals. The firing last week at the polling site was confirmed by an election commission spokesperson after State Representative Antonio Parkinson posted about the change in the personnel on social media. The fired polling place worker and the one who didn't show up for early voting duty the following day were working at the check-in table for voters. That's the first place that you go and we stop when you enter the polling place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, political paraphernalia for specific candidates on the ballot is barred from being worn or displayed within polling places, but Black Lives Matter is not considered a violation of the rules because it does not advocate for a specific candidate. And the training of election officials covers what is and is not allowed.
Earlier this year, wasn't it during the primaries? You wore a Fallon Timberlake shirt, or was it the Reagan?
No, it was the Fallon Timberlake. That happened to me in 2016.
Oh, okay.
They looked at me very funny for having that on there. The way I got out of it, I think, is because it was they were not on the ballot.
So they actually checked it?
Well, every person that came, like, I encountered me, looked at it very specifically and then looked at me like, you're an idiot. You're not supposed to be wearing that, because I could write them in. But I'm saying the reason I don't think they turned me away is because they weren't on the actual ballot
itself. Okay.
But of course the t-shirt was a joke, but at the same time,
it looks real. It looks like the Reagan Bush from the 80s.
Exactly. So be prepared if you're wearing something that is political, and apparently Black Lives Matter is not, but you will be turned away.
And the world of Zoom. Now famed reporter and OJ author Jeffrey Toobin was busted for exposing himself during a Zoom call. That's coming up next.
That's just being nice. He did a lot more than just expose himself. And Jamie Johnson has released a new version of America the Beautiful, and it is quite beautiful with all of these elections going on right now, isn't it? And it's terrific. Here's Jamie.
It's Danny in the Jar.
98.1 The Max.
Oh, he did more than expose him. You got to put that in the teeth.
I don't.
You know what?
I have fun posting today because I don't understand why. Unless the mic's not on or something, it's not on post and skimmer. It just doesn't go to the beginning. It's awesome to try and put it all together. Now, the good thing about Futuri though is you can back it up 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I noticed something. Was there a space like on Futuri? I don't know when it was, but I want to say last week. It was just nothing was there.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand why is that starting right there from skimmer in a box? I've never put my ballot in a box is the first sentence.
Oh yeah. Because that started happening before I got sick, right? Because you were already getting frustrated with it.
Futuri was doing it, but not skimmer.
Oh, skimmer wouldn't. Yeah, because that's how I did best of.
Jamie Johnson has released a new version. Be prepared if you're wearing something that is political and that Black Lives Matter.
T73. I had us doing a dad's duel today, but you know what? I got to quit scheduling things on Tuesdays.
I mean, because you get started right after we're done, right?
Yeah.
America. It's Danny's favorite all-time country artist, and she got to meet him. He was so giddy.
Oh, I know. It's so exciting.
I'm just glad he's cleaned up his life because he is so good.
I'm just glad nothing can decide if it wants to what it wants to be, so we just resample everything all day.
Called painless. Nothing's gonna hurt me. It's out of my hands. That's our new song.
Excuse me. God, I hope I have COVID.
Did you have Tobin just then?
No. I mean, could you imagine? So hang on, let me try something real quick.
I've got OJ's already gone on Twitter. I didn't put it there in the story, but I have audio of OJ already.
That's who I was recording. Can you hear me?
Who, OJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already got it. My bad. I could have sworn I heard somebody say I apologize to my wife, though.
It was just a news reporter talking.
All right, here we go.
It's Danny in the Jar on 98.1 The Max.
Well, this is going to get your attention most of the day. Many of you have Zoom calls working from home, and a lot of people have made some mistakes by leaving it on, then going into the shower, and then coming back, and all of your coworkers are there. Well, if you're not familiar with Jeffrey Toobin, he is a New Yorker magazine writer. He's on leave as a gig as chief legal analyst on CNN. And he also wrote The Run of His Life, the People versus OJ, that the FX miniseries was based on. Well, he was participating in an election simulation via Zoom. But waiting in the background, basically he thought he was muted on audio and video, and the people saw what happened when they saw Toobin pleasuring himself. Toobin reportedly left the call, but called back in moments later and didn't seem to be aware of anyone had seen what they did. The simulation continued. They say he was on the phone when he was simulating himself, but I haven't confirmed that.
No, all I've seen is that he was on a second.
I made an embarrassing, stupid mistake. Believing I was off camera, said in a statement. I apologize to my wife, family, friends, and coworkers.
He was on another Zoom. He turned away because they were on a break with the original call. And from what I gather, he turned away to get on another Zoom.
Ah. And so
he thought while they were on break that he had turned off or muted, I guess, turned off his video and muted himself, although he had not.
I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care what you do for a living, whether you're a famous reporter, analyst for CNN.
But what?
That's just dumb.
It's very embarrassing. I don't know one person that masturbates that would like anybody to watch him.
Not even their wife.
No.
Oh, now, of course, as I said, Jeffrey Toobin wrote The Run of His Life, The People versus O.J. Simpson. Well, guess who had to participate?
Damn, Jeffrey Toobin. At least Pee Wee Herman was in an X-rated movie theater. I'm just saying.
I just killed my wife and her boyfriend, but you doing it all on Zoom.
If we're still talking about Pee Wee Herman 30 years later, imagine what this guy's well, he's done.
All right. That's my new alarm clock when it goes off at 3:30.
Damn.
Oh, send me a copy, please. Gosh, yes.
Get up. It's your morning wood with Danny and the Jar on 98.1 The Max.
Damn.
Which Morning Wood headline is the actual headline for today? And we can't give you 2020 back. We can give you the next best thing. Nickelback double disc CD, baby. Would a horse learn how to put on his own saddle to pick up strangers?
Would a teen cover himself in ranch dressing, then crash his car into a pillar?
Or would a man high on meth, only wearing a banana hammock, claim to be Ronald Reagan's son because of his love for jelly beans? 535 and 9898. Which Morning Wood headline is the actual headline? And you're going to get Nickelback's All the Right Reasons Deluxe Edition 2 CD set. Good luck.
I'm sorry, I didn't have your program on. Oh,
I don't care.
No, I was like, why is she frustrated? And I was like, oh,
because I was talking.
Right. Hey, the Max, who's this? Marcus, hang on a second.
God, that fan was loud.
I moved the chair. I'm going to do this on Adobe, so.
All right.
No, it won't cooperate. Come on.
Painless. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. 'Cause I'm painless.
Hi, Marcus.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, is your window up or down or?
There we go. Hey, Marcus, where are you calling from, buddy?
Hello.
Hey, Marcus, where are you calling from?
Hello.
Can you not hear Danny, Marcus?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Marcus, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Danny.
Hey, buddy. Which Morning Wood headline's the actual headline? Would a horse learn how to put on his own saddle to pick up strangers? Would a teen cover himself in ranch dressing, then crash his car into a pillar? Or would a man high on meth, only wearing a banana hammock, claim to be Ronald Reagan's son because of his love of jelly beans?
I'm going to go with the ranch.
You are correct, Marcus. You got yourself some Morning Wood, and you can listen to Nickelback while you enjoy that. All the Right Reasons Deluxe Edition 2 CD set. We can't give you 2020 back, but we can give you Nickelback, the next worst thing.
I agree.
Hey, what's Marcus? Okay.
All right, man. Thank you.
That's me being deflated.
You got it. But it's painless.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I'll mute.
You're not putting a tease in, are you? Okay. I just didn't want you doing extra work. You're still on mute. You probably like it that way, though.
Carpenter wishes he could do it. Put me on mute.
I'm just gonna keep saying it over and over.
All right, here we go.
Get up. It's your morning wood with Danny and the Jock on 98.1 The Max.
Headlines, the actual headline. Would a horse learn how to put on his own saddle to pick up strangers? Would a teen cover himself in ranch dressing, then crash his car into a pillar? Or would a man high on meth, only wearing a banana hammock, claim to be Ronald Reagan's son because of his love of jelly beans?
I'm going to go with the wrench.
You are correct, Marcus. You got yourself some morning wood, and you can listen to Nickelback while you enjoy that. All the Right Reasons, Deluxe Edition, 2 CD set. We can't give you 2020 back, but we can give you Nickelback, the next worst thing.
I agree.
Do you think Mr. Tubin listens to Nickelback?
I'm not quite sure why. I thought you might have been going somewhere with that. Hey, you know how some people pick a topic and they always say, I wish it were true because I wish it were true. What were you thinking? Would a man high on meth only wear a banana hammock and claim to be Ronald Reagan's son because of how much he loves jelly beans? I didn't see that the first time, and I was like, what the hell? But
for those of you that don't know, I make up the other two that aren't real headlines each morning. And you could, Jarvin, that's what you should do is when I send those to you before we go on air, you can determine what kind of mood I'm in. And I don't know what that means, what kind of mood I'm in, if I can make up or that even enters my brain. Would a man high on meth only wearing a banana hammock claim to be Ronald Reagan's son because of his love for jelly beans?
You got meth, banana hammock, Ronald Reagan, and jelly beans. I loved it. But that isn't the true one. The true one is Shawnee County Sheriff's Office in Kansas Said a 17-year-old boy was taken custody early Saturday morning following an incident at the Petro Deli. Truck stop deli. 2 words that don't sound good. The sheriff's office said that when they responded to the scene around 3:30, they found the teen naked and under the influence. He covered himself in ranch dressing and damaged property inside the deli. After that, the teen ran outside and jumped into a running vehicle and crashed into a pillar.
There is so much relatable things in this last 10 minutes of our show today. Because there's an old Ole Miss joke. How do you get an Ole Miss girl to do something? And well, about 8 months ago, I could have finished that joke, but can no longer say that. But I mean, wow, you don't know that joke?
No, what? They called their daddy?
No, it is no.
Oh.
I mean, it has to do with Morning Wood and Tubin, and just when I'm talking about that, Thing 1 and Thing 2 walked in, so it's very, very inappropriate.
That's a nice reminder too. Oh, let's get out of here. It's a long Monday night football for the Dallas Cowboys, and Ezekiel Elliott's going to take the blame. That's next in your sports shorts. I guess I didn't get neither one of your jokes.
Tubin, Nickelback. I told him he could enjoy Nickelback with his Morning Wood to the winner.
Oh. I'm sorry. I was just distracted by that headline. It was great.
And then I'll text you the other one. I'm like,
you're not even saying on Facebook Live.
That's where you get fired. You can say it on the air, you just can't put it on social media.
Painless. It's out of my head.
Let me take your temperature, little girl.
Yeah. Mommy.
Yeah, baby.
Can you tell me what this off, please?
Well, I think we need to change your shirt, don't you? Did you wear that yesterday?
Yes, but wipe this off.
Okay, I'll throw it in the washer. Let's find something for you to wear today.
But
I'm coming. I'll be right back.
Can't do it if you're sitting right here.
Come on, doll. Come on.
But you can't do it when you're sitting right there. You can't do it when you're sitting right there. Move.
I'm working.
Oh, mercy.
I'll find it.
What the Cowboys need to do right here is punch this ball in. They need to do something that they can go back into the film room and feel good about. And scoring makes you feel good.
Again.
These fans are not happy, and they have a right to not be happy.
Boy, and 3 passes in a row. 2 fades and a sprint out. And yeah, it's going to be a rough film to look at, try to find a silver lining here for the Cowboys.
Josie? Yeah, I gave it to him. He put it on there. I love you. Bye.
Should we punt? Hey, should we punt? Should we punt?
No, go ahead. Go. I thought you were.
Go with sports?
Sure. Go.
Shorts, the bottoms you wear on your Zoom call, and the top sports stories of the day with Danny and the Jar on 98.1 The Max.
What the Cowboys need to do right here is punch this ball in. They need to do something that they can go back into the film room and feel good about. And scoring makes you feel good.
Again.
These fans are not happy, and they have a right to not be happy.
Boy, and 3 passes in a row. 2 fades and a sprint out. And yeah, it's going to be a rough film to look at, try to find a silver lining here for the Cowboys.
Arizona Cardinals beat the Dallas Cowboys 38-10 last night with Kyler Murray for Arizona throwing for 2 touchdowns and rushing for a third. Andy Dalton started in his first game at quarterback for the Cowboys in place of Dak Prescott, who suffered a compound fracture and dislocation of his ankle last week. Kyler Murray is 7-0 in Texas Stadium, and imagine how loud they would have been booing if that place had been packed. He's won 3 state championships there and has beat the Cowboys twice. Well, Ezekiel Elliott was replaced by Memphis Tigers' Tony Pollard in the Cowboys' backfield after some fumble problems continued for the lead back. He entered last night's game between the Cardinals with 3 fumbles, 2 of them lost on the season, and then he doubled those lost fumbles in a matter of 2 possessions in the first half.
I'm just going to keep saying it over and over. I started the game out with 2 fumbles, gave the ball away, and that gave them all the momentum that they needed to go and take off. I want to say I'm sorry, and this one's on me, and I need to be better for this team.
I mean, even our new afternoon guy, Corey Wiggs, texted me last night at 10:30. Why do I go for the Cowboys? Our friend John Neal, who does Courage Through Cancer, works at Cadillac from Memphis. He had a 3-paragraph Facebook post about the Cowboys.
Wow, man. I mean, need to get some new hobbies. 3 paragraphs?
I mean, it's like somebody in this city said when Calipari left, the Memphis Tigers basketball program may never reach those goals ever again or reach those heights. And ever since Jimmy Johnson left, that team has just been mediocre, and mediocre. They're never going to be the same as they were in the early 90s and maybe the late 70s. 3 paragraphs.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You got to have a new hobby, I suppose. Coming up, a school confused a student's pyramid symptoms with COVID, and her mother was not happy.
Pyramid.
Oh, period symptoms for COVID. And I'm on the radio.
I guess we could have played that other song.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're fine. I just couldn't understand what you're saying.
I'll do which way in a bit. I got to use the bathroom.
Cool. I'm going to eat in front of everybody that's watching. That's what I like to do. Jesus Christ. Are you alive?
Where are you?
I was eating.
Oh.
Where's that story? So I was gonna try and put a tease in, but I can't find. All right, so we're gonna go teenager, teenager, teenager. That's what we want to do today.
Oh,
I don't care. Just saying.
I got you. My bad.
You're bad, dumbass. I'm just kidding. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Well, I wouldn't know so. Painless.
I saw. Oh, that's what I was going to look for. Because let's at least put something on that sounds decent. Tim McGraw. Mountain, Rocky Mountain climbing.
The principal of Quince Orchard High School received an email from a teacher requesting to check the welfare of a student who was on a.
This what it's come down to. So every month I have.
Do you know who Tim McGraw's dad is?
Yeah, Tug.
No idea.
Darn good.
What?
He was darn good. Had a great personality. I mean, Tim's a little shy compared to Tug. He's so good in Blind Side.
I didn't realize he had coronavirus. Oh, I'm. Come on, Danielle. Rocky Mountain climbing. What are you recording?
Last week, or when you were in here, Clay, it's Clay, right?
Chad?
Chad. I don't know why I keep calling.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me get this. Here we go.
I don't have the story, so
I got you.
And the John. 98.1 The Max.
Well, you gotta love copycat crimes, and that's what's happened during this COVID. As a high school in Maryland called the cops last week when a student appeared to be kidnapped during online class. So cops did a welfare check, found it was just to be a prank, and the kidnapper was one of his friends in a mask. Here's the police dispatch audio.
The principal at Quince Orchard High School received an email from a teacher requesting to check the welfare of a student who was on a Zoom call with two other individuals. One appeared to be waving a gun.
Kids these days.
yeah, the day you cry wolf and no one comes to help you, you're gonna end up like Tubin in your closet.
And a middle school student in Fort Myers, Florida, was sent home and told to quarantine after she reported symptoms. It turned out it was just her time of the month. She told the school nurse that she was really fatigued, and officials say they were just being cautious. They let her come back after she tested negative, but her mom was still upset about it.
This what it's come down to. So every month I have to come when she's on her, cycle. I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point. I just feel like this whole system needs to be reevaluated.
And y'all need to realize that, yes, 12 times a year, we feel like we have the coronavirus. Finally, y'all are going to get it.
This is a subject out of my hands, so thank you, Miss Danny Bruns. Does it feel like, do you get fever?
You can, I think. Let me look on this magical pill bottle that people don't know about. It's in my purse. I introduced somebody else to it yesterday, too. And ironically, what's his name? Bill Cosby did a whole bit about it. It's called Pamprin or Midol. And I didn't know about this stuff till like the last year. And Bill Cosby's bit on it back in the 70s and 80s was like, where y'all been hiding this stuff? And I don't know why more women don't take it, because you're supposed to take it during your cycle. And it's a menstrual pain relief, and it takes care of irritability. There's one that I have that the maximum strength, and I get this one because it says it cures irritability. You know how bad I'm irritated all the time?
Mm-hmm.
This fixes you 365 days a year. You don't have to be on your cycle. This is like over-the-counter Xanax, I swear. Why people have been hiding this stuff, I don't understand, but it relieves cramps, headaches, bloating, water retention, irritability, and just puts a smile on your face. So if you do have, I can't be prescribing medicine over the air, but Pamprin is like, it's my new favorite thing the last year.
Xanax over the counter.
I mean, I can't say that legally, can I?
I don't think so.
But no, I don't know why it's such a miracle drug for women, and apparently men like them too, but nobody takes them. Because my friend I told yesterday is 58 years old. And I was like, you've never taken Pamprin or Midol? She's like, nope. Go get some now. It's life changing. Not only for you, but for your husband too. because you're not so irritable. This last 3 minutes has been brought to you by Pamprin.
Coming up, speaking of life changing, a woman in Maryland went skydiving for the first time at the age of 102.
Who cares? That's why I made a different tease. Who cares?
Well, just the whole teenager.
All right, so I'm flip those and do teenager first. And I love how I write at 5:30 in the morning. Told you yesterday about the teenage girl who discovered a locule of protein.
I didn't even see that.
Do that first. Play those teens. Do the story of the lady, the 102-year-old woman, play her. Tease the World Series. And then play old Tim that I just sent you. Thanks, Cliff. You like my shirt today? Thank you. I do too. It's getting a little tight on me, though. I'll be honest with you. It's like a kid's medium, youth medium.
Is that new from Tim?
Nope. It's very old.
Well, can we save it for the last break? I don't have anything.
Well, it's singing about skydiving. So if you'd like to save it for the last break, we can. But I don't know how much sense it will make.
Hey, y'all remember that lady an hour and a half ago?
It's Live Like You're Dying.
No, I know what it is now, yeah. Well, that album hangs right up here in between your office and the studio.
Not anymore. Rocky Mountain climbing. All right,
Make up your mind. Are you hot or are you cold? Jesus.
It's painless.
That's where I went when you were eating. I was getting hot and I was like, let's go check it.
I love this. You just can't really hear it, but I thought it was cute about somebody asked a costume worker at the haunted hayride if she wanted a hot cheetah. No, I'm allergic.
Oh, that was great because I looked up at the clock and I was like, gosh, damn it. We're way early again. And then all of a sudden you go, wait a second.
What?
You finding the My Doll.
Oh, I know. I looked at the clock too. I was like, oh, we're at 23. Let's roll.
I can get it later, but are we not playing Nirvana at 9:23?
No. Everybody knows what that song sounds like. Including Kurt. But save this question for Gorman on Friday. Because remember I asked him why do y'all never play the hits, and he said we get sick of it. I'd love to know which song just made him just cringe every time.
Well, the thing about the Crows is they can change it up. I mean, when you're in a jam band, you can change up anything, make it seem.
But that's why he said he didn't play. They didn't play. She Talks Angels.
Wow.
He said, "You know how tired we were of playing that damn song." Rock and roll. What is that? Oh. What is that? Oh, this deck's gonna take forever to download. Speaking of Gorman, I gotta edit up those liners. Gorman liners. Rocky Mountain climbing. All right. So what do we got today? 10:15, 11:45, and 12:30. I think that's it. Okay, so what am I doing? Deck. Open.
This last 3 minutes has been brought to you by
Rocky Mountain climbing. Oh, Lord. Tuesdays are my worst. Always have been. Don't like them. I feel like my chair has gotten shorter. Is that possible? I guess it is. Down. What is this? DJT83. Oh, you better move it. Move it, girl. What are you sending me? That scares me.
Rundown. I still got 2 left.
Oh, I didn't have to resample. What could I possibly have done differently? You have Ridgeway, don't forget that.
Gotcha. I just got a little spooked and had to go take my temperature.
Cha! Guess it's coming in the mail today. So excited. The old forehead thermometer. Get ready. I'm just going to stand outside my front door with it. Would you like to come in here? Let me get your temperature. You want to come in? Let me get your temperature. No? You don't get that every day?
What?
Your forehead temperatured. Your forehead temperatured. Your forehead.
No, I have a. Remember that beeps real loud and it scared the crap out of me?
No, I mean when you go to places, they don't do that to your forehead?
Oh. Mm-mm. And just like me, I got real careless. What is that? That is 9:38.
I love that the dog just sits here with me. Oh, Lord. Take me away. Take me away. Your turn, Maslanda. I'm debating on taking this pampering over here now. I'm not irritable. I'm just the opposite. I'm pretty, what do you call it, laid back today. Smoking in the boys' room. Are we rolling or what? I can't hear you.
Jolie is
We're at okay, so
the kids, and then the oh my Lord, I do not have Tim McGraw. I'll put it.
Good Times with Danny and the Jar on 98.1 The Max.
we told you yesterday about this teenage girl, she's 14, who discovered a molecule of protein that can help cure COVID-19. Well, today, 3 teenage girls in Ireland spent 3 months in lockdown working on an app called Memory Haven that helps people with dementia. What'd your kid do during the pandemic? Any of this?
Fake the kidnapping.
My learned how to wipe their own butt after they poop.
It's been a long time coming. Hope everything turned out okay.
This Memory Haven app is a collection of games and tasks that help prevent memory loss. I learned about that a little bit this summer during the pandemic. I learned about dementia over the pandemic and forgot it all. But there was one thing that I didn't know that you could do is ask if you think someone's going through this, make them draw a clock for you and tell them to put the 12 and the 6 and the 3 and the 9 and then fill them in. Or I think you just tell them to put the 12 and 12 at the top and then tell them to fill it in. And if they don't do the clock properly, that is one sign of early dementia. Which I found interesting. How to figure these things out. So these girls ended up doing an international competition and they beat out 1,500 other teams from 62 countries. Here they are.
Our app has 6 main features: a health check, a photo wallet, a music playlist, reminder alerts, a reach out feature, and there's also a memory game feature which allows users to strengthen their cognitive ability in a fun way.
The reach out feature, which is a platform that we created so the people living with dementia can contact their friends, family, caregivers, doctors, and emergency contacts.
Well, the music playlist feature works in conjunction with our facial recognition feature, and it detects the mood of the user. So it plays playlists based on their mood. So if they were sad, it would play a playlist to brighten up their spirits.
It's hard to understand them because they're from Ireland, but we have all of these abilities on our phones already, but to put it into an app with someone suffering from dementia is pretty neat and but also like obvious, like the reminders, brush your teeth. The cups are in the left cupboard.
Or more importantly, medication.
Exactly. And just knowing like who is who in your phone. And I think it's a great idea. And I think it's amazing that teenage girls came up with that. And a teenage girl figured out how to cure COVID yesterday. I am going to say maybe our next generation has a little hope.
But they're from Ireland. They're not from America.
the COVID girl was.
You're right.
Hey, I believe the children are our future.
Yeah.
Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Tell them, George Benson. That was the original singer.
I never knew it was a cover.
That girl yesterday, I saw her picture yesterday. She doesn't even look 14. She didn't sound 14. She didn't look 14. I think she's lying.
It's because of the milk and the chicken she's been eating. That's why girls have to use Pamprin now at 11.
Let's hope this lady doesn't have to use Pamprin.
Oh, exactly. If she's still able to get pregnant, I'm throwing up. A 102-year-old woman in Maryland went skydiving for the first time. Here she is.
I'm going to do a skydive. Sometimes it's called a tandem jump.
Well, you're an inspiration to all of us, so thank you.
The fact that a person at that age could do the jump.
Are you nervous, honey?
Probably a little bit. Now, you push me out before you come out.
if you want to go on an adventure, but I think we should go together.
I felt like I was tumbling just for a minute. Then I thought, no, somebody's holding on to me. It was wonderful, a real thrill. Thankful that I made a safe landing.
That's the only thing I would have worried about is the landing.
I mean, and what kind of precautions did she have to take before, you got to check her heart rate, her blood pressure? Because I'm sure a lot of people have had darn near strokes.
Right. They've passed out, all kinds of things. I'm not doing it. I have no desire to jump out of a perfectly good running airplane.
With full of fuel and good brakes.
Coming up next, experts studied the heart rates of people watching dozens of horror movies, and they determined the scariest one of all time.
Right now, here's a little Tim McGraw for that old lady.
Our Alpha 6 main features.
I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds.
Well, it's like saying, here's Led Zeppelin. I mean, it's such a hit.
Oh.
It's like a bumper out. Bumper out, see? Coming up, Aerosmith with Dream On. Well, this was the one I was going to give you, was the scary movie thing. We're already using it. Let's go back to the text I got this morning. Here we go. Let's go back to this.
Talking about how much there is on.
Yeah. Let me see what you texted me this morning.
No, now that I look at it, I was like, well, no.
Did you even see the Ole Miss joke that I sent you?
Yes, I've never heard that in my life.
I'm up. I'm not going to say what I said I was doing at 4:58, and you said, take your time. Plenty of stuff on Wise Brother. And now we struggle. I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, there's stuff that I just, like you said, I'm trying to think if there's any audio that could go with whatever I already have, but.
Rocky Mountain climbing. I'm going to have to do something about these eyes, or I'm just going to be miserable all day. What? Did you see the governor extended this? The governor of Tennessee is extending the statewide mask mandate to allow each county to determine if masks should be worn in the public. Oh, okay. Well, that's. What? I mean, that was a completely different headline.
Were you reading it off of?
Topic polls?
I thought it was going to be like Newser.
All right, so the governor, so Bill Lee signed an executive order that allows Tennessee mayors the option to implement or end mask mandates in their respective counties. The governor's office announced the extension of that order until the end of the year. So, Okay. Either this contact is completely out of my eye or it's somewhere else because I can't see anything out of it.
That would freak me out.
Not knowing if you have a contact in or not.
Right. Is it in there or is it not?
I don't know.
Is my tampon in there?
I got a lost tampon and a lost contact. It's going to
Lost-
be a great day today.
Lost tampon. Have you ever seen We're the Millers?
Is that when with Aniston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other girl from SNL, she talks about her tampons.
Hey, figure out this tease and I'm going to go figure out this eye. Good boy.
Coming up here on 98.1 The Max, experts studied the heart rates of people watching dozens of horror movies, and they determined the scariest movie of all time. It's coming up with Danny in the Jar on a Monday, part 2, 98.1 The Max.
Oh my God.
What?
I thought it was 9:50. Remember what I said? Let's go back to what I said.
At 4:30.
Oh my God.
Did you really?
Yes. I mean, I know we hadn't done like the music and stuff. I just didn't think it was 8:50. What a disappointment, man.
I mean, I would be so pissed off. Forget the contact in the back of my eye. Unfortunately, it didn't let you see the other little element on the 8. We took out that little line there and it said 9:51. I thought you said, oh my God, because I missed the teaser, which I didn't. I did it live. I was like, nope. Man, I'd be furious. Oh.
Oh, now I think I have 2 contacts in. Oh, it feels awful. Nothing is more annoying.
All right, I'm going to start this story off and go from the bottom up. I'm going to play Halloween to start it off. Or should I just go down the line and play?
Restart this thing tonight. I don't care. Let's see.
Well, since it's a 126, yeah, I'll just go down the line. Yep.
It's Danny in the Jar on 98.1 The Max.
The best scary movies make your heart pound, and researchers have now ranked the all-time scariest movies by monitoring viewers' heart rates. Experts monitored the heart rates of 50 people as they watch more than 100 hours of horror films, and the 2012 film Sinister was considered most scary. That's a wicked soundtrack right there.
I've never even heard of that movie.
Me neither. As audience members had an average heart rate increase from 65 to 86 beats per minute, which spikes to 133. Next was Insidious, which spikes up to 131. Is that how you say that? Insidious?
No clue. Never heard of it.
The Conjuring. I've heard of The Conjuring. It spikes to 84. Hereditary spikes to 83 beats per minute, and Paranormal Activity spiked to 82.
I have not seen one of them, and I've only heard of The Conjuring.
I've only heard of The Conjuring, and I think Paranormal Activity may be what I think it is. But other films that made the list: Exorcist, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, of all of those, all 10 of those, how many have you seen?
4.
The bottom 4?
Yep.
I've seen The Exorcist, Nightmare on Elm Street, and part of Halloween. But I'm not going to do any of the other 5 up there. Texas Chainsaw Massacre just always just looked dumb to me. And speaking of Halloween,
So, which one do you think's the scariest?
now The Exorcist was pretty jacked up for the late 70s. I mean,
Yeah, I think Nightmare on Elm Street's dumb. The Exorcist to me, yeah, is the now I haven't seen the other ones, so I'm sure they're scarier, but no, that jacked me up for the rest of my life.
yeah. I mean,
That's when I said no more.
when a little girl head turns like that, that's no. Let's talk about happy stuff. Reese's has announced they're going to have a robotic door that is going to roam your neighborhood via remote control and stop at different houses. All you have to do is simply walk up and say trick or treat, and a free king size Reese's peanut butter cup will come out of the door. It's directed by remote control from up to 5,000 feet. There's no humans needed nearby, and 3 motors power the door. That's a pretty interesting way to do trick or treating during these quarantine times, social distancing.
You bring me the candy.
Yeah.
Let's just make our kids fatter and lazier while we're at it.
Don't
you don't have to get up, kids.
Yeah, you don't even have to get dressed. Trick or treat. How many times can you say it, I wonder?
Oh, at your own door?
The future of Halloween. Let's come to that. Coming up, the World Series starts tonight, and pro golfer Phil Mickelson will team up with other famous sports greats in an exhibition golf match. Clear.
That was a good show. Now that it's over.
We'll talk about it at the very end, but I was like, because I'm starving. I'm sick of this room. Mostly because of the temperature.
Can you hear that airplane?
Yep. Jeez.
I know. It's not coming anywhere near me, is it?
Did you hear about Joe Buck and Troy Aikman talking about pregame flyovers?
Yeah. What was that all about?
We'll play that too after I talk about Phil.
Oh, that's a great happy story. Mother of 4 killed by a pack of dogs.
What kind were they? Let me guess. She was hiking alone.
Walker County, Alabama. 36-year-old Ruthie Brown Jasper. 4 boys. It doesn't say.
Shut up.
Jesus, what? Did I go to give me all the bad news page?
I was about to say, she's not going to be happy when I send one more rundown.
Jesus. The world is a crazy place. Tennessee court rules first-time registered voters don't need to vote in person. Oh, that's just got criminal smell all over it. That would be the opposite of, I would think. Right?
What's the first thing you do
What?
when you go vote?
I don't know.
You show them your ID.
Oh. Look at Grandma's been dead for 10 years, but it's the first time she ever voted.
Okay, don't kill me, but one more rundown and I'm done. Done, 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 done.
The show that never ends. I don't have it. You send it?
It won't let me.
Is it asking you to replace it, or?
I'll just email
I won't get it.
it. Okay.
Teams is painless. Just name it something different.
There it comes.
You sure?
Working 905. What a way to make a living.
Maybe later.
It shows it's sent, girl. It's sent.
I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it.
Okay.
What did I take? The Dodgers in 4?
I think it's at 5. I think we both said 5.
I think I had the Dodgers in 4, and y'all took them in 5. Took the other team in 5.
Let's hope you're right.
I'd like it. Yeah. Let's see how quickly we can get that over with.
Because I know they're not saying it, but I guarantee you it's almost like got to be close to basketball. What?
What?
Reese's or Hershey's is selling a 2.5 pound box of Reese's cups that come straight from the factory to your home.
Is that the chocolate lover story?
Yeah, $30 a box, but it's not going to start till November. What the? It's like, hey, here's some candy canes. Happy New Year. Did you see the picture of the Dallas Cowboy fan crying with his girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need some new hobbies, as Danny Burns would say.
You know you can't post those pictures, right? I'm just making sure because I just read that big disclaimer from Topic.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, how's anyone not supposed to go to the site that it got it from and copy it?
Well, I mean, they can, but we can't.
Right.
The Rays are going to the World Series. The fans back home weren't with us this year, but you were with us in spirit. 4 more wins.
The Dodgers are going to the World Series.
It's been a crazy year for the Dodger fans that are here, the ones that aren't here. We love you. We're thinking about you, and this year is our year. This is our year.
The World Series begins tonight between Tampa and LA. The Rays versus the Dodgers. It will be played at a neutral ground in Globe Life Field, the Texas Rangers' new home amid the pandemic. There'll be some 11,000 fans allowed, about 28% of the capacity. This is the Dodgers' third trip to the World Series in 4 years, but they last won in 1988. Tampa's only been in the World Series once in 2008, when they lost. It looks like Clayton Kershaw is going to get the start for the Dodgers and Tyler Glasnow for Tampa this evening. And yesterday, Danny, what did you predict? Dodgers in 4?
Dodgers in 4.
And I think I took the Rays in 5. But as I told Danny, let's hope you're correct so this thing can just get over with.
All we want is our sports back. Could we please get this over with?
Denny and I had to test this camera here in the studio. I was just real paranoid because somebody unplugged it or something. And Saturday morning, she had her houndstooth hat on and a big old Alabama sweatshirt. I was like, "You're ready, aren't you?"
I have my Alabama boots on. I don't bring those buddies out until it's championship time.
And I said, "Are you ready?"
What did I say? I didn't know what to wear. And it's just easy to put on this today.
Oh, it was great.
I don't know the last time I wore an Alabama outfit before this past Saturday. I wear my Tiger stuff all the time.
But I was like, "You're ready, ain't you? Big game versus Georgia."
Okay. And I had this epiphany. What do you think about this? Do you think we're not into sports as much as we were? Because what is the point if there's nobody to go to work on Monday and talk to about? Like, the only reason I hate Georgia and want to beat Georgia is because of Dwayne and Abby at Kicks 106.
Right.
I don't want to see him Monday morning if Georgia beats us.
Yeah.
So do you think that may have, if you're not going around and seeing everybody and everybody's not at the office talking about, "Man, did you see that play last night?" Then you don't want to miss out. I think that might be part of it. If we're not around people to discuss our sports and, harass each other, then.
Yeah, talking smack is fun, but, a lot of times then it gets into, so how's your fantasy team doing? They were real good 15 years ago before I quit. You getting on a fantasy league team is like answering Facebook messages. Like, I've got time to answer Facebook messages.
Yeah, I got time to keep up with football players on a fantasy team. That would be my fantasy, that I had that much time.
Danny's fantasy world. She's winning.
You did it! Congratulations!
Pro golfer Phil Mickelson will team up with NBA greats Charles Barkley, Stephen Curry, and NFL quarterback Peyton Manning in an exhibition golf match. The match, Champions for Change, will be in Arizona on TNT. I find it quite interesting that they no longer have Tiger as part of this thing because he was never really interesting. He never really had much of a personality when he and Phil did it.
Right. No.
And I mean, it's just, Charles Barkley's swing is going to be entertaining enough as is, let alone all their personalities. And these two guys are getting a little bit, Fox broadcasters, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, were caught mocking a pregame military flyover on Sunday. Here's what they said. Or I think this is what they said. Let me just go over here. My bad. This is Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. No. Let's try it here.
That's a lot of jet fuel just to do a little flyover.
That's your hard-earned money and your tax dollars at work.
That stuff ain't happening with Kamala Biden ticket. I'll tell you that right now, partner.
I didn't hear that last part about it, but I don't think they were on the air either. I think mics were supposed to be off before the game. I didn't hear that last part.
I mean, they're just digging a hole that gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
Let me hear that again. I didn't hear that the first time.
That's a lot of jet fuel just to do a little flyover.
That's your hard-earned money and your tax dollars at work.
That stuff ain't happening with Kamala Biden ticket. I'll tell you that right now, partner.
Partner.
Okay. That's your Dallas Cowboy that you still wish played for him.
Now we discussed this because the flyovers are used to keep the pilots sharp and the planes running.
Right.
You don't. I mean, I've got my dad's got a handful of classic cars. If they sit too long, man, they're not working.
Right. Yes. I mean, it's just like when I was quarantined. I'd have the Tahoe out on the street, and I was like, I better go start it. Knowing that battery of mine, but the military has previously said that taxpayers incur no additional cost for it. I'm like you. It's probably just a routine flyover that they would already do. So get over it.
I just wish more people in sports would give us their opinion, and Hollywood too, because I really look up to them.
Coming up, song artists hate to play and why. That's coming up next. Choppy there.
What?
Just went a little long. Fantasy Life with Danny. Congratulations.
Redneck hero.
So how many do you want me to well, I'll ask you when we're done.
Just the ones that are good.
Okay.
So about 1, 2.
Because I spent most of the afternoon. You sent me 2 more interviews. Look, I was up here Sunday, and I was like, I do not look forward to putting all of the, and I was like, well, look at the board. I was like, how y'all doing?
You lucky son of a gun.
Let me see if it works.
You know, the whole process
He was put into him.
One thing that y'all are.
Is that Alan Glover?
I was amazed at the scope of the house. You don't.
I thought that was the Orion guy.
That's coming up Thursday, I think.
I mean, I was seeing if you still had it. You wouldn't have to do it Thursday.
No, I don't think we ever met that guy. Oh, those are just family.
Right.
And I think we only played 2 of them last year, so. What's the biggest Thanksgiving or Christmas you've ever been a part of?
Do what?
What's the biggest Christmas or Thanksgiving you've ever been part of? Because the story after this is.
I have no idea. This is unbelievable.
That Troy Aikman shocked the crap out of me. Which one do you want to dump here, dumpster?
The second one.
With or without you, oh, whoa, why can't with or without you? Whoa.
Did you see what I texted you?
No, I was just trying to think in my head what to post. And I was like, I can't believe how she turned that period symptom into a great bit. That's real nice.
Did you see it?
Who is it?
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Oh.
You know?
Nope. I'm not wasting.
I mean,
I got crap to do. I got audio to start. Oh. Life is just a fantasy. Can't you live this fantasy life? I need to get that back in the system. Jeez Louise. Can you imagine what that'd have been like?
oh wow.
I mean, surely. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Okay. So wait, we're doing Stairway, and then Tease, and then Out with Sweet Child, and then just go.
This is Danny in the Jar, 98.1
The Max. Loudwire released a list of artists who hated their own hit songs. It includes Robert Plant with Stairway to Heaven. Over time, Robert Plant came to hate the lyrics. He said, I'd break out in hives if I had to sing that song in every show. Maybe that's why he asked, does anyone remember Laughter during a live version? Here it is.
And a new day will dawn for those who sat alone, and the forests will echo with laughter. Does anybody remember Laughter?
I think it's because you feel guilty that you ripped that song off every time you played it. It reminded you.
Boy, I tell you what, you've tripped me out over how I don't know how you felt about it in the beginning, but you have turned on them bad. But it's just like I said, when you go out on the road and you hear a riff like that from that other band playing it live, what do you think Jimmy Page is back there doing? He's trying to learn it.
Yeah, I don't mean that bad. I don't hate Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, but I mean, you just the way you feel about that whole lawsuit, though.
Because I think it's pretty obvious. And again, I always defend that there's only so many notes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're influenced by people. I think like when Gretchen Wilson ripped off the Black Crowes, I don't know that was intentionally. This one, this one's pretty ripped off.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that. Here, let's finish the rest of this, then I'll continue.
Okay, Nirvana Smell Like Teen Spirit. The more popular it got, the more Kurt Cobain hated it. He once said, "I can barely get through it. I literally want to throw my guitar down and walk away." I could see why. It's a very long song. And it's just that song.
Right. I mean, it's just don't, and then boom, 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 boom.
And you're like, oh my God, I got 4 minutes and 51 seconds of this.
I think 4:55, but close it up.
And then Slash, he always hated Sweet Child of Mine. He hated it for years, but he came to appreciate it. This I love, because that's why I asked Steve Gorman this question. He came to appreciate it because he always knew he'd get such a huge reaction from the fans when it ended. And I think that, to me, would change my mind about playing any song. When we asked Steve Gorman about why the Black Crowes wouldn't play like She Talks to Angels, and he's like, we get sick of playing the same songs over and over and over. So we didn't. And you're going to hit that on our way out after we do the tease.
Okay. But you know, when you start playing your new music at a concert, what happens?
We go to the bathroom and get a beer.
You go to the bathroom and get a beer. I mean, I know you and your pals are real glad, and you worked hard on that album with an engineer who probably lied through his teeth the whole time about how great the album is.
It's like Bohemian Rhapsody. You can't listen to that live because how many Galileos do you need? You can't do that one live. But
Taylor,
you have a great point on, like, when we listened to Dave Grohl yesterday and they broke it down into the acoustic. If you hate doing a hit so badly, change it up, like, especially if you're a jam band. But you could change up Smells Like Teen Spirit. You could give us, at the end, maybe, go normal, but go acoustic, go slow, have someone else sing it.
And you, speaking of that, and this year, I used to love Patience by GNR, but gosh darn it, get on with it.
Chris Cornell nails it.
I mean, and Chris Cornell nailed it like a new track, and it's just a smash. Don't get me wrong, GNR. I bet they don't play that very often.
But how cool would it be if they sped it up? How cool would it be if they came out like Mr. Brownstone, but they did Patience? And and that's always fun because you're sitting there going, why do I know the words to this song? I don't know this song. Holy crap, this is Patience. Patience. This is Patience.
Coming up, timeshare cornucopia packages are available for big families during the holidays.
I was like, you could put your arm down now.
You're with Danny and the Jar.
98.1 The Max.
Poor Jarman. Here's Jarman.
What?
I was like, you can put your arm down because it's just.
Shut it. Surely they didn't, though. Well, my reply.
Huh?
My reply.
Yes. Did you go look at the whole thing?
No.
Oh, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Please don't go away. Please don't go away. There you go. Oh, you rats. As I click on matching pajamas for the whole family. Shop
Oh,
now.
no. 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 Please be 950. Please be 950. Please.
Oh, my friend Brooke, I didn't realize she posted on Facebook on Saturday. She's my roommate in Alabama. If nothing comes from 2020, we made a field goal. It happened. Alabama and our kickers, man. I gotta throw things around here.
Mute.
I didn't do that tease.
We're running late. You probably can't tell on the
What?
Whoa. Here we go.
radio, car. Danny and the Jar.
On 98.1
The Max.
It would help if I turn our microphone on. What's the biggest family holiday you've ever spent? I mean, has Chicago come down, or you've gone up, or?
Yeah, I would say it was every Christmas and New Year's in Chicago.
So how many of them were you?
20.
Oh, well, that's pretty big. That's perfect for this. A timeshare vacation rental company called Club Wyndham has launched a 15-night cornucopia package that lets extended family members book a getaway inside separate apartment-style suites at the same resort after reuniting for Thanksgiving, with the goal of keeping everyone safe from the coronavirus. There's each immediate family member will be provided with the resources to quarantine for 15 days in their own 2-bedroom suite. The final days fall on Thanksgiving, when the extended family will get another together on property. They have them in Fairfield Bay, Arkansas. That's pretty much Heber Springs, and Fairfield, Tennessee. By the way, suite started at $2,150.
Yeah, but that's $2,150 for 15 days.
That's a long time to spend for Thanksgiving, too, though. 2 weeks.
That's why it's each immediate family will be provided with resources to quarantine for 15 days in their own 2-bedroom suite.
But the final day falls on Thanksgiving? I don't understand that. Why wouldn't you do it after Thanksgiving? Correct?
No, because you're going to have the 15 days quarantined, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say your family from Arkansas, Chicago, New York, and California all come down. They quarantine for 15 days because each other doesn't know where the other one's been.
Oh, and then you can get together.
And then you get together for Thanksgiving.
I got
it. Sounds so lame.
Yes. Say something. 15 days in quarantine sucks.
You imagine in a 2-bedroom suite. No, that's like half your size of your house.
I pretty much stayed in my room because my roommate had to stay. You know, he couldn't stay. He had to stay in a hotel, but I pretty much stayed in my bedroom. I didn't like, if I went to the first week, I wore a mask when I went to the kitchen. But I mean, just people were shocked at how good I was at staying. Like when you didn't think I'd been literally outside, like on day 8 or 9, you were like, you haven't been outside? I was like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do.
I figured you'd have to exercise or something, keep your blood moving.
Oh, yeah,
and that's only about $140 a night.
Just a quarantine.
That's what it cost your roommate.
About the third less of that. Coming up, guitars owned by Eddie Van Halen and Kurt Cobain are up for grabs, and Steve Perry thinks he auditioned for Van Halen after David Lee left. Details coming up. So look at the board. OPEX. Should we dump GNR since we just spent quite a few? Hey, that Cody Marks song, does that have Mick Mars on it? Somebody told me that.
Yeah. I was doing something a long time ago and I got really distracted by lots of nonsense.
I mean, a lot of nonsense. You know they did. You know they did.
What do you mean they did? Go look. Yes, of course they did.
Okay, was that a plane or a train? Right. Let me tell you something. That's why I would have been so pissed off an hour ago.
Why?
Because around this time is, I'm ready to get up and I'm ready to get out of this room and I'm already hungry and I left everything at home today. Thought about going back, but no. Almost had to go back. We got to ask Corey if he's not going to. His first, we missed the second NFL thing, but this first one was good. The Cowboys suck.
No, he asked if he's still going to be on. I said, yeah.
I know, because he texted me last night and I was like, well, why didn't you record something instead of calling me at 10:30?
These are fantastic.
All right, damn it. Hey, do you want me to put another song in, or is this cool? Or
are we still doing a show?
That's why I was like, all right, let me go look. I've only got one thing left. By the time we quit talking, it'll be what? 9:50. That's how we're finishing, by the way. Damn it.
Just because I want to. Wait. Okay, never mind. Shut up.
Is that your dog growling? Is it a train? Morningwood. Would this sound be Danny's dog, a FedEx plane flying over, or a train?
$98.1 The Max.
Danny in the jar.
Guitar Kurt Cobain played and subsequently smashed on stage during Nirvana's final tours on auction. He broke it in France and then gave it to a fan in the crowd just 2 months prior to the grunge icon's death. Julian's Auctions, Icons and Idols trilogy, Rock and Roll, say it's expected to fetch between $60,000 and $80,000. The auction will include 2 guitars by the late Edward Van Halen. Both of those were valued at 40 to 80 grand, but Eddie donated them before, he got the prognosis that the throat cancer spread as bad as it had, because he only had days after they figured that out. And speaking of, Steve Perry has said that he was asked to jam with Eddie Van Halen after David Lee Roth quit Van Halen in 85. Now, right around that time is when Journey had Ross Valerie leave, Steve Smith leave. So I don't think everything was kosher there. It ultimately never happened, but the former Journey singer remains unsure to this day if it was intended to be a lighthearted musical get-together or possibly a veiled audition for Van Halen. I'm sorry. Steve Perry doing these songs.
And look, we'll ride. Everybody wants some.
Yeah.
I've seen the toughest around. You take a whiskey.
That might actually sound good then.
Real nice. Nice little DLR shot right there. Let me tell you something. If Steve Perry to join Journey after David Lee Roth, Jeffrey Tobin he ain't got nothing on what I would do. Okay? Jeffrey Tobin wouldn't have anything to do. I'd be coming up to that concert just like Jeffrey Tobin, walking in.
You'd be zooming Van Halen with Steve Perry all day long. Is it break time, guys? I'm going to go watch some Van Halen.
Right.
Don't mind me.
Speaking of all day long, before we leave, Danny's been having some problems. Do you have the contact in there? Do you not have the contact in there?
Oh yeah. I think I have 2 contacts now. So I've got like 20/20/20 vision.
And so Danny and I always complain about how when we wake up till 7 o'clock, it just goes by so quick. And then from 7 to 10, it just stops and drags. Well, Danny left the room for about 5 minutes, an hour ago, looked at the clock and goes, it's only 8:50. I thought it was 9:50. Oh, she was so upset. I'd be more upset because right around this time is when I know I'm going to be able to leave the room, go stretch, go eat. I get hungry right around this time.
My participation level went down extremely the past hour. I already checked out, thought we were already done. Oh, really?
She goes, now I know I didn't do my music segment, but I thought, come on. It's only 8:50. Hopefully your day is going to go as well as ours has so far. So have a great day, Miss Danny Bruns. We'll see you in a bit. Otherwise, your brother Ross is coming up next. Should we be mentioning Radiothon probably more?
Probably.
Okay. I almost just stopped there and started over. All right, sign off.
Fine then. I'll see you at 11:45.
No. I'm just